The screen of my phone lit up in the dark. Her name, Olivia, I answered without thinking. Olivia. My voice was rough with sleep. She whispered, broken and small. Alexander. I didn't know who else to call. My chest tightened.
What's
wrong? Her breath cracked through the line. Can't stay in that house tonight. You're at home? Did something happen? He came home angry. The way he looked at me, I felt like I wasn't even human to him. I grabbed my phone and ran into the bathroom. I thought about calling someone, but not him, not my sister, not anyone else. You, only you. Her words pierced deeper than I wanted them to. Where are you right now? In the car. The park near your street. You're here? Yes. Can I come in? Please, I don't want to be alone tonight. I paused, gripping the phone so hard my hand ached. The silence stretched like a rope pulling tighter around my neck. Come inside, I finally said. The line went dead. I threw on a shirt, my heartbeat punching against my ribs. The seconds dragged until the knock came, sharp, desperate. I opened the door. Olivia stood there, her hair tangled from the wind, her eyes rimmed red. Dress clung to her like it had been chosen to prove something to someone. Her hand trembled. On the strap of her bag. Alexander, she breathed, as though saying my name released the weight she carried. I stepped back. Come in. She crossed the threshold quickly, like she feared I might change my mind. I closed the door behind her, the sound echoing louder than it should have in the stillness of my flat. Do you want water? I asked, fumbling for words. No. Just let me sit. She sank onto the couch, clutching a cushion like it was the only thing keeping her steady. I sat across from her, my hands locked together, afraid of what I might do if they weren't. Olivia, what happened tonight? She shook her head. It doesn't matter. He'll say it was nothing. He always does. But I can't breathe in that house anymore. Did he hurt you? Not with his hands. With silence, the way he looks at me like I'm a burden. I tried to speak, but he cut me down. Every word was sharper than the last. I felt invisible, Alexander. Her voice cracked. She pulled the cushion tighter. You've known him longer than me. Tell me, is this what marriage is meant to feel? Like? I swallowed hard. No, it shouldn't feel like that. She looked at me, eyes glassy, searching. Then why do I stay? I had no answer. A mouth opened, but nothing came out. She gave a small, bitter laugh. You don't know either. I know you deserve better than feeling like this. Gaze lingered on me, heavy and unblinking. You always say the right thing. He never does. Olivia, no, let me finish. When I was sitting in that bathroom tonight, I thought about who I trusted enough to call. Not my mother, not my friends, not even him. Only you. Do you understand what that means? I felt my throat close. Yes, I whispered. The room grew. Thick silence pressing in on both of us. She leaned forward. I shouldn't be here, should I? I forced a breath. Probably not. Yet you let me in. I couldn't leave you out there. Lips curved into a fragile smile. You're too good. That's what makes this worse. I tried to laugh it off, but the sound died in my chest. You make it sound like a crime. Maybe it is. Her eyes didn't leave mine. But tonight I don't care. She shifted. Closer, the space between us shrinking. Her perfume, faint but intoxicating, filled my lungs. Olivia, you're married, I said, my voice barely audible. I know. Her whisper cut like a blade. I also know I feel safer here with you than I do with him. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. I couldn't tell if it was desire or guilt that gripped me harder. Her hand moved to mine. Light, hesitant. Testing? Do you want me to go? She asked. I stared at her fingers, delicate and trembling against mine. Every rational thought screamed. Yes. No, I said instead. Her eyes softened, relief flooding across her face. She let out a shaky breath and leaned back slightly, her hand still resting on mine. I'm not asking for anything, Alexander. I just need to sit here, next to you, without fear. I nodded, unable to trust my voice. Minutes passed in silence. But it wasn't empty. It was electric, heavy with everything unspoken. Finally she whispered, He'll never know I'm here, will he? No, I said firmly. This stays between us." Her shoulders loosened, as if those words were the only safety net she needed. She leaned back, eyes closing for a moment, her hand still linked with mine. The clock ticked past 1 in the morning. The flat was too quiet. Every breath she took sounded louder, every shift of her body sharper. Then the moment shattered with the sound of the doorbell. I froze. My chest locked. Her eyes flew open, wide with panic. I stood slowly, my legs heavy, and walked to the door. My hand gripped the handle, pulse racing. I opened it. There she was, Olivia, her eyes glistening, her dress too tight for comfort. And in that second, I knew I had stepped into a storm I couldn't escape. Asterisk, she sat on my couch, her knees grazing mine, and I tried not to notice how close she was. "Thank you for letting me in," she whispered. "You don't need to thank me. You know I'd never turn you away." Her eyes flicked to mine. "You should. Anyone else would. Not me." She let out a short laugh that carried more pain than humor. "That's exactly the problem." I leaned forward. "Why is it a problem?" "Because I feel safer here than in my own house." Ow. I looked at her hands, clenched together. "Tell me what happened tonight. The truth." She shook her head. "If I tell you, you'll hate him. You'll hate me for staying. I already don't like him, and I could never hate you." Her shoulders relaxed slightly, but her voice stayed sharp. Marcus came home furious. Didn't even look at me, just poured himself a drink. I asked him one question, only one, and he snapped. Told me I talk too much. Told me I should be grateful he even comes home. I clenched my jaw. That's not how a husband talks to his wife. Her lips trembled as she laughed again. "I'm his wife on paper. That's it. I haven't felt like one in years. Didn't know what to say, so I stayed silent." She leaned closer. "You want to know the worst part? He doesn't even yell, just looks at me like I'm nothing. No shouting, just silence, as if I don't exist." My voice dropped. "I see you." Her eyes locked onto mine. "I know you do. That's why I called you." The air tightened. Her perfume curled around me, sweet and dangerous. "You shouldn't be telling me this," I said. "Then why do you keep listening?" "Because I can't stop." She tilted her head, studying me. "You've always been honest, Alexander. But tell me the truth now. Do you think about me?" I swallowed hard. All the time. Her breath caught, but she smiled like she had been waiting to hear those words. "Then I'm not insane." "You're not insane. You're lonely. You're hurting, and I'm letting you sit too close." Her knee pressed against mine deliberately this time. "Do you want me to move?" "No," I admitted. Her lips parted. "Say it again." "I don't want you to move." The silence that followed was louder than anything either of us could have said. Her hand brushed mine on the couch. I should have pulled away, but I didn't. My fingers turned, curling toward hers, as if they had been waiting for this moment. She glanced down at our hands, then back at me. "What are we doing?" "I don't know." "Yes, you do." Breathed out slowly. "We're crossing a line," she whispered. "It doesn't feel wrong." "It should." Her voice grew sharper, urgent. "Then why doesn't it?" "Because I've wanted this for longer than I can admit." Her eyes softened. "And I've wanted someone to want me, to actually see me, not as a possession, not as a burden, just as me." Her fingers tightened around mine. My chest burned with guilt and desire all at once. "You're married, Olivia." She nodded. "And yet I'm here, with you." Ask me why. Because I couldn't breathe. In that house, anymore? Because I needed to feel alive again. Because I knew you wouldn't turn me away. I stood, abruptly pacing. "This is dangerous." She followed me with her eyes, calm now, almost daring me. "Then stop it." I turned back to her. "I can't." Her lips curved, not in triumph, but in relief. "Neither can I." I sank back down beside her. The distance between us was gone now. She leaned into me slightly, her shoulder brushing mine. "You're trembling," I said. "So are you. I shouldn't want this." "Then don't." She looked at me like it was that simple. "I can't not want you." The words slipped out before I could stop them. She inhaled sharply and closed her eyes for a second, as though those words gave her strength she hadn't felt in years. When she opened them, she whispered, "Then don't tell him." The weight of that request landed like a stone in my chest. "What do you mean?" Her voice was steady now. "Don't tell Marcus I'm here. Don't tell him what I said. Don't tell him how close I'm sitting. Promise me." I searched her eyes, hoping to find hesitation. There was none. Only resolve. "Olivia," I said slowly, "are you asking me to keep a secret tonight?" Her lips almost brushed my ear as she whispered, "Not just tonight, ever." My chest tightened, breath catching in my throat. I realized she wasn't just asking for one night of silence. She was asking me to become part of her betrayal, to choose her over him, and I couldn't bring myself to say no. She curled her legs beneath her on the couch, her hands gripping the cushion like she was holding herself together. "Do you want to know what he said tonight?" she asked. I nodded. "Tell me." He came in from work, dropped his bag on the floor, and didn't even look at me. I asked if he wanted dinner. He said he already ate. I asked how his day was. He said I should stop asking pointless questions. Then he poured a drink and turned on the news. Her voice cracked. I clenched my fists. "That's how he talks to you? That's how he always talks to me?" Sharp, cold, as if I'm bothering him by existing. My chest burned. "You don't deserve that." Her eyes flicked to mine, searching, challenging. "Then why do I stay? You tell me?" "'Cause leaving means admitting the truth. That I've wasted years of my life. That I tied myself to someone who never wanted me, Olivia." She cut me off. "And the worst part? He doesn't hit me. He doesn't scream. He doesn't even cheat, at least not that I know of. He just ignores me. Pretends I'm not there until he needs something." I leaned closer. "That's worse. That's cruelty disguised as silence." Her lips trembled. "Sometimes I want him to yell. At least then I'd feel like I matter enough to make him angry. But he looks through me like I'm furniture." Whispered, "You matter." Her eyes filled. "You always say that. He never does." I swallowed hard because he doesn't see you the way I do. Her breath caught. She leaned back slightly, as if steadying herself. "How do you see me, Alexander?" I hesitated, but the truth forced its way out, as someone worth listening to, worth protecting, worth everything he fails to give you. Her chest rose and fell, faster now. "Don't say things like that unless you mean them." "I mean every word." Her eyes glistened. "You'll make me believe you. If I believe you, I'll never survive going back to him." I shook my head. "You don't need to go back." She gave a bitter laugh. "And what would I do?" "Where would I go? Divorce him? Ruin my reputation? Lose everything we built? Is what you have even worth keeping?" Her face twisted in pain. "We don't have anything. We share a roof, not a life." The room went still. "Olivia," I said quietly, "you're not invisible. Not to me." Her voice softened, breaking. "Say that again? You're not invisible to me?" Tears slid down her cheeks. She brushed them away quickly, as though ashamed. "I hate that I'm sitting here with you instead of him. I hate that it feels right." "Does it feel wrong?" I asked. She hesitated. "No, and that terrifies me." I leaned forward, my voice low. "It terrifies me too." Her eyes searched mine. "Then why aren't you pushing me away?" "Because I don't want to." Her lips parted. "You should." "Can't." Her hand found mine again, fingers curling tight. He never holds my hand like this. I closed my eyes for a moment, fighting the guilt rising in my chest. "Stop comparing me to him." "Why?" "Because I'll never let you go once you do." Her breath shuddered out. "Then maybe that's what I want." I froze. "Do you know what you're saying?" "I'm saying I want someone who looks at me like you do, who listens, who cares." "Olivia," she cut me off again, her voice breaking. "Do you have any idea what it feels like to sit at a table with a man who doesn't ask about your day? To go to bed next to someone who turns his back on you every night? To dress up, hoping he'll notice, and watch him look past you like you're a ghost?" My chest tightened. I noticed her tears spilled faster now. "Sometimes I wish I married someone like you instead." The words hung in the air, heavy and dangerous. I couldn't speak. My breath came sharp, my mind spinning. She stared at me, waiting for me to answer, daring me to. The silence between us felt like the edge of a cliff. and we were both already leaning too far over. Asterisk, I stood and went to the kitchen. Do you want some water? Yes, she said softly. Oh, my throat feels tight. I filled a glass and walked back, careful not to look at her too long. My hand shook slightly as I passed it to her. Our fingers touched. Neither of us moved. Her hand lingered on mine. I should have pulled away, but I didn't. Thank you, she whispered. I sat down beside her again, closer than before. You're welcome. She lifted the glass, took a slow sip, and placed it on the table. Her eyes never left me. Why are you always so kind? She asked. Because I want to be. Do you ever get tired of it? No. Her lips parted, but she stayed silent. Her breathing slowed, steady and deep, as though she was holding back words she wanted to say. I forced myself to ask, what are you thinking right now? She tilted her head. That I'm sitting here with the wrong man.
Hey.
My chest tightened. You don't mean that I do? Feel it every time I look at you. Olivia, you're married? Don't remind me. I have to remind you. She leaned back, her voice sharper. Why? To protect him, or to protect yourself? I swallowed hard. Both. Her eyes softened. I'm not trying to trap you, Alexander. I'm just tired of pretending. Every day I tell myself this is marriage. This is what I chose. This is what I deserve. But then I sit here with you, and I realize none of that is true. What do you want me to say? Tell me you feel it too. I hesitated. You know I do. Her hand brushed mine again, this time deliberate. Then stop fighting it. I can't. You already are. I looked at her, my voice low. This isn't friendship anymore. Her eyes glistened. I know. This is dangerous. So is staying in a marriage that's killing me. I exhaled sharply. You're asking me to step into something I can't step back from. Maybe I'm asking you to stop standing still. Her words cut straight through me. Double quotes, Olivia. What happens if Marcus finds out? Her tone hardened. Then let him. He hasn't cared in years. You don't mean that? Yes, I do. I lie awake at night wondering if he even notices when I'm next to him. Sometimes I wonder if he'd care if I never came home. I clenched my jaw. Don't say that. Why not? It's the truth. You don't deserve that kind of life. She smiled sadly. And what do I deserve? Love, attention, respect. Her voice dropped. From you. The question sliced through me. I didn't answer. She leaned closer, her hair brushing my arm. You haven't moved your hand away once tonight. Do you realize that? Yes. And do you know what that means? It means I'm in trouble. She gave a quiet laugh. Then I guess I am too. Her head tilted, her lips inches from mine, though she didn't lean in further. She just looked at me, eyes heavy with everything unspoken. You scare me? I admitted. Why? Because you make me want something I can't have. Her voice trembled. Maybe you already have it. I froze. What are you saying? I'm saying I feel more married to this moment than I ever have in my own house. The words hit me like fire. You shouldn't say things like that. Then why don't you stop me? I couldn't answer. She leaned forward, her hair brushing against my cheek, her breath warm on my skin. Do you ever think about us? She whispered asterisk. Her breath warmed my cheek, her forehead pressing gently against mine. I didn't move. Couldn't. You make me feel safe here, she whispered. My chest pounded so hard I was certain she could hear it. You are safe. Her eyes locked. On mine? Do you believe that? Yes. Her lips trembled, but she didn't close the distance. The silence between us was heavier than any touch. I shouldn't be doing this, she said, her voice breaking. Then why are you? Because I don't want to stop. Her words struck me harder than anything before. My hands twitched, torn between pulling her closer and forcing myself away. Olivia, if we keep going, there's no turning back. Then maybe I don't. Want to turn back? Before I could respond, her phone lit up on the table. The vibration cut through the air like a blade. Marcus, the name, glared at me, flashing over and over. Her body froze. Her hand hovered above the phone but didn't touch. Aren't you going to answer? I asked, my throat dry. She shook her head. No. Olivia. Doesn't care where I am. He just wants control. He'll ask if I cooked, if the laundry's done, if I remembered to set out his files. Not once will he ask how I'm feeling.
Oh.
Phone rang again, the sound drilling into my chest. You're still his wife, I said firmly. Am I? Or am I just his shadow? Words hung in the air, daring me to challenge them. Couldn't. Let it ring, she whispered. The phone finally went silent. The room felt darker without the glow of the screen. You scare me, I admitted. Why? Because you make me want to forget everything else. She leaned closer. Maybe forgetting is what we both need. Her forehead pressed against mine again, softer this time. My breath caught. I didn't kiss her, but the tension was sharper than a kiss could ever be. Tell me what you're thinking, she said. I'm thinking if I touch you again, I won't stop. Then touch me. I gripped the edge of the couch instead, knuckles white. You don't know what you're asking. I'm asking you not to leave me alone in this. I swallowed hard. You're not alone. Her hand slid over mine, fingers locking tightly. I couldn't pull away. Alexander, she whispered. I don't want to go home tonight. The words landed like a storm, shaking every wall I'd built inside me. The clock kept ticking, but she didn't move. Toward the door. Instead, she sat beside me, close enough that her perfume drifted into my lungs with every breath. I should go, she whispered. Then why are you still here? Her eyes stayed fixed on the floor. Because I don't want to be alone tonight. Could have answered his call? I couldn't. Not when I felt this. She finally looked at me. Not when you're right here. I swallowed hard. This is dangerous. I know. We didn't move. The silence stretched, heavy and suffocating. Finally, I spoke. Do you want me to drive you home? No. She shifted closer. I want to stay. The air thickened. I couldn't breathe. On the couch? Closer than that. Her voice cracked. She wasn't teasing. She wasn't playing a game. She was begging. Olivia, if you stay here, you know what it means? Yes, it means I don't have to feel invisible tonight. The words hit me like a blade. You're not invisible to me, then prove it. I clenched my fists, forcing myself not to pull her into my arms. You don't know how much I want to. Her hand brushed mine. Deliberate this time. Maybe I do. I closed my eyes, fighting the battle I was already losing. If we do this, there's no way back. We're not doing anything. She placed her palm over mine, soft, steady. We're just here, but it didn't feel like just here. It felt like standing on the edge of a cliff. Minutes passed, or maybe hours. We spoke in whispers as though the night would shatter if we raised our voices. Do you love him? I asked her. Silence lasted too long. Finally she said, I don't even know if he sees me anymore, love. I can't feel it. He's your husband. And yet you're the only one who makes me feel alive. Her confession cut straight through me. I wanted to stop her, but I couldn't. You shouldn't say things like that. I should, because they're true. Her head leaned against my shoulder, light as a feather. I froze, every nerve in my body on fire. Is this wrong? She whispered, double quotes. Yes. Then why does it feel like the only right thing I've done in years? I had no answer. My heart slammed against my ribs. Her fingers slid between mine, locking tight. Does this feel wrong to you? No. The word slipped out before I could stop it. Her breathing slowed, matching mine. Every second felt like a decision, and every decision pulled me deeper into her. You should sleep, I said, though my voice shook. Not yet. Talk to me. About what? About you? There's nothing to tell. Then let me guess. She tilted her head, cheek pressing lightly against my arm. You're scared of me. Yes, because of what I make you feel. Yes. She smiled faintly, though her eyes glistened. You're not the only one. The night stretched on. Our voices sank lower, softer. The city outside faded. It was just us. I used to dream of a man who would hold me like this, she said. Not touching too much, not demanding, just holding. Safe. You deserve that. And yet it took someone who isn't my husband to give it to me. Guilt burned my throat, but I didn't let go. I couldn't. You're trembling, she whispered. So are you. Then maybe we're both alive for the first time in a long while. Her words settled deep, and for a moment I forgot everything but the weight of her head on my shoulder. Her hand gripping mine, Dawn crept slowly, spilling faint light through the curtains. She stirred, but didn't move away. "Alexander," she said quietly, "last night, it wasn't supposed to happen. I know. But I'm glad it did." I turned to her, heart pounding. "So am I." Her eyes locked on mine, raw and unguarded. "If he finds out," she whispered, "he'll destroy you." The words hung in the air, sharp and undeniable, and I still didn't let her go. Asterisk. The days blurred together. Every glance carried weight. Every word felt dangerous. I told myself to stop, but I couldn't. At work, Charlotte leaned across her desk and studied me. "You're distracted." "I'm fine." "You're not." She tapped her pen against a folder. "You're here, but your mind is somewhere else." "Who is she?" I stiffened. "What makes you think it's about someone?" "Because you're not eating. You're checking your phone like it's life or death, and you smile at nothing." "That's not work stress. That's a secret." I forced a laugh. "Watch too many dramas." "Maybe, or maybe I just notice things other people miss." Her eyes lingered, sharp and unrelenting. I looked away. "Drop it, Charlotte." She smirked. "Fine. But secrets have a way of showing up when you least want them to." The warning sat heavy on my chest as I drove. Home that night, my phone buzzed on the passenger seat. A message, dinner, pretend everything is normal. I gripped the steering wheel. Pretending was the hardest part. When I walked in, Marcus was already seated, his presence filling the room. Livia smiled from across the table, too sweet, too controlled. "You're late," Marcus said. "Traffic." He nodded, cutting into his steak sit. Livia passed me a plate, her fingers brushing mine for a fraction of a second. I felt it like a jolt through my arm. My chest tightened. Marcus didn't notice. Or maybe he did. His eyes lingered on me longer than usual, so he said, "How's work?" "Busy?" "Busy doing what?" "Projects, deadlines, you know." "How it is?" He leaned back in his chair. "Funny you've looked tired lately." "Distracted?" "Is work really the reason?" Livia's fork clinked against her plate. "Marcus, not everything has to be an interrogation." "I'm asking a question." His eyes stayed locked on mine. I said, "It's work." He studied me in silence, then finally turned to her. "And you? How was your day?" "Uneventful." She forced a smile. "I went shopping, saw my sister. Nothing special." But under the table, her hand found mine. She held it, hidden from Marcus's view, her grip tight and trembling. My pulse hammered so loud I thought he could hear it. I squeezed her hand back before pulling away. It was too risky. Marcus cleared his throat. "Interesting timing." I ran into someone today. "They mentioned seeing you both together recently." My stomach dropped. "Who?" "A neighbor. Said they saw you two at the cafe near the park. Looked cozy." Olivia spoke quickly. "We ran into each other. It was nothing." Marcus's gaze shifted between us. "Nothing, right?" The air thickened. I forced myself to keep chewing, though the food turned to dust in my mouth. Later, when Marcus stepped out to take a call, Olivia whispered across the table, "He's watching us, I know. You need to act normal." Thought I was. "You're not. He notices everything. If he finds out." Her voice shook. "I can't protect you from him." "Then stop holding my hand under the table." Her eyes burned into mine. "Do you want me to?" I couldn't answer. Marcus walked back in, his phone still in his hand. "Charlotte called me earlier," he said casually. My breath caught. "What?" "She wanted to confirm something for work. Seemed friendly, talkative. She mentioned you've been distracted lately." Olivia shifted uneasily. "Everyone gets distracted sometimes, not Alexander." Marcus stared at me, unblinking. He's usually sharp. Lately, not so much. Makes me wonder why. I forced my voice steady. "Workload. That's all." He leaned forward. "You've been around my wife a lot lately, haven't you?" The room went silent. Olivia's face drained of color. My throat tightened, but I kept my eyes on him. "She's your wife." "Of course I've been around her. She's family." Marcus studied me with a half smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Family. Right." He let the words hang before cutting another piece of steak, chewing slowly. But his gaze never left me. Olivia excused herself to the kitchen. My chest ached, my palms damp with sweat. Marcus set his fork down. Tell me something, Alexander. Should I be worried about you? I forced a calm I didn't feel. No, you shouldn't. He leaned back, watching me like a predator sizing up prey. Good. Because I take betrayal personally. Olivia returned with wine, her hands trembling as she poured. Marcus smiled at her, then looked back at me. You're staying late tonight, aren't you? Work again? Yes. Good. Keep busy. Keeps the mind from wandering. The dinner ended, but the tension didn't. When Marcus left the room, Olivia caught my arm, her voice sharp with fear. He knows. Not yet. But he will. And when he does, it won't end with just questions. Her grip tightened, her eyes begging me to deny it, to promise her safety. But I couldn't, because Marcus was right. We were playing with fire, and the smoke was already rising. Charlotte cornered me by the elevator before I left work. You're heading straight for disaster. I pressed the button, staring at the glowing numbers. I don't know what you mean. Yes, you do. I see the way you check your phone like it's the oxygen keeping you alive. I see how your face changes when her name pops up. You're imagining things. She stepped closer, lowering her voice. Marcus isn't stupid. He's a hunter. And right now, you look like prey. The doors opened. I slipped inside, but she caught the frame, leaning in. Secrets don't stay buried, remember that. Her words followed me all the way to Olivia's house. Dinner. With Marcus sitting across from me. My chest felt tight before I even walked. Through the door, Olivia greeted me with a smile that was too bright, too careful. You made it. Marcus appeared behind her, glass in hand. Of course he did. He never says no to you. I forced a grin. I wouldn't miss dinner. We sat at the table. Olivia served us, her fingers brushing mine when she set my plate down. It was quick, fleeting, but enough to send a shiver up my arm. Marcus's eyes narrowed. So Marcus said, swirling his drink, long day at work. Busy, Charlotte? Keeping you in line? His tone was casual, but his gaze was sharp. She's thorough. Olivia laughed lightly. Charlotte sounds like a saint. Maybe I should hire her to keep Marcus organized. Marcus smirked without humor. Careful. He might like that too much. The tension clung to the room like smoke. I tried to focus on the food. Olivia's foot brushed mine under the table. Once, twice. Each touch deliberate. I shifted, pulse racing. Marcus's eyes never left me. What's wrong? Marcus asked. Nothing, just hot in here. Strange. I feel fine. Olivia sipped her wine. You're both acting tense. Can we relax for once? Marcus leaned back, smiling coldly. Relaxation comes with trust. Don't you agree, Alexander? I do. Good. Because trust is everything. Without it, relationships collapse. Your words dug into me like blades. Olivia met my eyes across the table, her expression unreadable. She refilled my glass with a steady hand, though her knuckles were white. Marcus chuckled, raising his fork. You two seem awfully comfortable around each other. Olivia tilted her head. Is that a problem? Not if there's nothing to hide? Her voice was light, but her eyes flicked toward me. There isn't. I forced myself to nod. Right. Marcus studied me, long and silent, then set his fork down with a deliberate clink. Tell me, if I ask you to swear that you've never crossed a line with my wife, would you? Olivia froze. My chest tightened. Yes, he leaned. Closer, eyes piercing through me. Then swear it. The room went still. Olivia's breathing quickened, though she masked it with a sip of wine. I swear, I said, my voice steady though my hands shook under the table. Marcus smirked. Good. I'd hate to find out otherwise. The air felt poisoned. Every bite. The food tasted bitter. Olivia's hand brushed against mine under the table, a reckless act that made my heart pound louder. Marcus, she said, breaking the silence, you've been so serious lately. Is something wrong? Wrong? At all, his eyes stayed locked on me. I just believe in keeping my house in order. Don't you? She smiled, but it faltered at the edges. Of course, I tried to steady my breathing. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Charlotte, I didn't move, but Marcus's eyebrow lifted. Who keeps texting you? Work. Work seems. Demanding it is, or maybe it's not work. His words cut through me like a knife. Olivia set her fork down sharply. Enough. He's here for dinner, not an interrogation. Marcus leaned back, smiling as if amused. You're protective of him, her voice softened. Because you're being unfair. His smile faded. Am I? The silence stretched. Olivia reached for my glass and refilled it, her hand trembling slightly. Marcus picked up his own drink, swirling it. Funny thing about secrets, they rot from the inside, eat away at everything. Until one day, they spill out when you least expect them. I forced my voice calm. Some things are better left unsaid. Marcus's eyes burned into me. No. Everything comes out eventually. Don't you agree, Olivia? She swallowed hard. Sometimes the truth causes more damage than the lie. Marcus raised his glass, his stare drilling into mine. Two secrets. May they always come out. The toast hung in the air like a death sentence. I lifted my glass, though my hand shook. Olivia did the same, her eyes locked on me, filled with fear and something else. Marcus clinked his glass against mine, his smile sharp as a blade, and I knew the game had begun. My phone buzzed on the counter. I reached for it without thinking. Olivia's name lit the screen. Marcus's voice cut through the silence. Why is she texting you at midnight? I froze. He stepped closer, snatched the phone from my hand, and read the message out loud. I can still taste you. His face turned white, then red, then dark. He looked at me like I was something rotten. Explain this. I opened my mouth, but Olivia came running from the other room. Marcus, stop, stop. His voice cracked with rage. Oh. I just read your words to him. I can still taste you. You want me to stop? She reached for his arm. Please. Listen to me. He pulled away so hard she stumbled. How long? Tell me how long you've been making me a fool. Olivia's hand shook. It wasn't supposed to happen. Wasn't supposed to. He slammed the phone on the table. You've been lying in my bed, smiling in my face, and sneaking off with him, my own friend? I stepped forward. Marcus, don't you dare speak my name. He pointed at me, his whole body trembling. I took you into my house. I trusted you, and this is how you repay me? Olivia's voice broke. It wasn't revenge. It wasn't about you. I just don't you dare say it was love. She covered her face with her hands. It was real. Marcus's fist slammed. Against the wall, the sound echoing through the room. Real? You're telling me this betrayal was real? While I worked late? While I broke my back to give you everything? You were giving yourself to him. Olivia cried harder, but she didn't step back. You stopped seeing me. You stopped hearing me. I felt invisible. His laugh was sharp, bitter, so you fixed it by letting him touch you. Her eyes flicked toward me, pleading I made a mistake. Marcus caught the glance and snapped, Don't look at him. Look at me. I'm the one you married. My chest tightened. Marcus, I never wanted to hurt you. He turned on me, voice shaking with fury. Then what did you want? Her body, her lips. Did you laugh at me when I left for work? Did you kiss her in my house? In my bed? Olivia shouted. Stop it. Marcus's eyes were wild. Answer me. I swallowed hard. Yes, the silence after that confession was worse. Then the shouting. Marcus staggered back, as if I'd struck him. His voice dropped, low and dangerous. You touched her where I was supposed to. You kissed her where I kissed her. You made her whisper things meant for me. Olivia whispered. Marcus, please.
Shut up.
He paced the room like a storm breaking furniture in its path. Do you know what you've done to me? Do you know what people will say when they find out? Nobody has to know, Olivia begged. Shh. We can fix this. Fix this. He turned, eyes blazing. There is no fixing betrayal.
Right.
Tried to steady my voice. Marcus, hate me if you want, but don't destroy her. He lunged toward me, stopping inches from my face. His breath was hot with fury. Don't act like you're noble. You destroyed her the moment you touched her. Olivia grabbed his arm, tears streaming. Please, stop shouting. The neighbors will hear. Let them hear. Let the world hear how my wife ruined me. I stepped closer, careful, controlled. Marcus, I'll leave. Tonight you'll never see me again. He shook his head violently. You don't get to walk away that easily. His hands trembled, clenching into fists, then unclenching. He turned to Olivia, his voice breaking. Did you ever love me? Her answer came in a whisper. I did. His face twisted, and now, she hesitated. Say it. Her lips quivered. I don't know. The words gutted him. He staggered back, gripping the edge of the table. You don't know?
Ah!
His laugh was hollow, cracked. After everything? That's all you can say? Olivia reached out. I never wanted to lose you. You already did. He turned his eyes back on me. They were red, raw, filled with something darker than rage. You'll regret the night you answered that call. Asterisk Charlotte stirred her coffee slowly, eyes fixed on me. You don't sleep, do you? I sleep, I muttered. She shook her head. No, you close your eyes and replay it.
No, that's not.
Sleep. I leaned back, the cafe chair cold against my spine. Do you blame me? I don't need to. You do enough of that yourself. I let out a sharp breath. Marcus doesn't answer my calls. He blocked my number, even his brother. Turned his back, wouldn't you? She asked softly. I didn't answer. Charlotte's voice lowered. And Olivia. I looked out the window. Across the street, a woman with familiar hair carried a paper bag, walking quickly, her head down. For a moment, I thought it was her. It wasn't she doesn't call anymore, I said. Charlotte placed her hand over mine. That's mercy. You should take it. The words cut deeper than her touch. Later that week, I saw Olivia for real. She was leaving the market, a single bag in her hand, no ring on her finger. She spotted me across the lot. For a second, our eyes locked. Then she turned and walked faster. I caught up. Olivia? She stopped, shoulders tense. You shouldn't be here. I wasn't looking for you. You found me anyway. I studied her face. She looked thinner, shadows beneath her eyes. Are you all right? Her laugh was brittle. Do I look all right now? She tightened her grip on the bag. Marcus left the house. Papers are coming. That's the end of it. That can't be the end. It has to be. She stepped back. You and I burned everything. There's nothing left to hold. I reached for her arm. She pulled away. I can't even look at you without hearing his voice, she whispered. The night he found out. The way he shouted. It plays in my head every time I close my eyes. You think it's different for me? I asked. You don't wear it the way I do? Her words struck like a knife. I tried again. Do you miss me? She froze, her lips trembling. For a long moment, silence stretched between us. Then she whispered, yes, but it doesn't matter. Why not? Because love doesn't erase betrayal. I stepped closer. Start over. Her eyes filled with tears, but her voice hardened. We already ended. That night gave us everything we thought we wanted, and it cost us more than we ever imagined. I wanted to argue. I wanted to beg. But the strength in her voice left no room. She walked away. I stayed frozen, watching her disappear into the crowd. Days turned into weeks. Her silence became routine, like a punishment I deserved. The world moved on, but inside me, nothing shifted. Every street, every phone buzz, every glass of wine felt like a reminder of what I destroyed. One night, sitting alone in my apartment, Marcus's last words returned like thunder. You'll regret the night you answered that call. He was right? Charlotte called me that evening? You sound drunk. Not, I said. Then you sound haunted. Maybe both. You have to let her go. I can't. You already did. The line went quiet. I poured another drink, staring at my reflection in the dark window. My face looked older, carved by guilt. Her voice haunted me. The way she whispered my name that first night. The way she cried when Marcus shattered everything. The way she told me it didn't matter anymore. And I knew she was gone that night. As I lay awake, silence pressing down on me, I finally said the words out loud. Her voice still haunts me sometimes. The night she called me instead of him was the night I lost everything.